What's going on, y'all? I just wanted to come and talk a little bit about like relationships and finding your partner. And to be honest, this is something that I struggle with a lot. Um, I was in a long term relationship, 7 years. So the last time I was single, the dating world was different. And women were different. I'm sure men were different. So it's just been a struggle. I'm also at a different age. So it's like finding somebody that's on the same page as you, that has, somewhat of the same morals as you, someone that values the same things that you value, that are at the same stage in life that you're at. That could be difficult. Those are specific things that you want to line up with your partner. Morals, values, and like where you're at in life, like those are things that you want to kind of line up. And that could be a struggle at times, and then you have like you have all these different like dating apps and stuff like that, and that doesn't help at all either. um because what it does is it creates so many options to where like if you have a disagreement with somebody, it's like, ugh, why am I even wasting my time arguing with this person? There's somebody else that's hollering at me, so it makes it difficult to focus on one particular person and try to grow things with that particular person, because you have so many more options. There's so many, and you're always in that search of, well, maybe this person is perfect for me. Maybe this person is perfect for me, and I'll never know that unless I experience that person, or unless I reach out and, talk to that person. So you get caught in this like cycle of like exchanging a person for another person for another person, and you never stick to like one person and try to build and focus on one person. Um, and I know is especially like that for women. Like, men are thirsty, man. Men are thirsty. So men are definitely like flooding women's inboxes and stuff. It's different with men. Like, yeah, some women may shoot their shot at you, shoot their jumper, but for the most part, men are the ones doing the chasing, because, at the end of the day, we're hunters. So we're doing the hunting, and just it just adds complexity to dating. It makes it a lot more difficult than it should be. I kind of miss like when I was in high school. There was no dating apps. The only social media we had in high school was AIM, AIM and MySpace. There wasn't all these dating apps. I mean, eHarmony was around, but ain't nobody on eHarmony, man. I was grown folks. Ain't nobody in high school on eHarmony, because first of all, you had to pay, and ain't none of us paying for no dating app. Maybe, as you get older, because you're a lot more serious, but not as no high schooler. And we weren't even on dating apps in high school, because you had fly chicks at the school. So there was no need for no dating app. So it's just very challenging. Very challenging. And then you have all these different like things that influence people. Now girls are talking about, oh, I want to be in my soft girl era. I want to be in my I want to be a passenger princess. I want to be this, that, like, just be a woman. Just be a woman. Just be a woman. Like, be in tune with your femininity. I probably messed that word up. Just be in tune with your feminine side. And um, I'm more like traditional, I guess you would say. Like, I like traditional roles. A man provides. Um, he takes care of the family and stuff like that. And not saying that a woman has to stay home where she can't work. Yeah, go pursue the things that you want to pursue. I like a woman with some ambition. I like a woman that has some um, independence to her. I like that. I value that. I appreciate that. Um, because I don't want to be the person to stifle your goals or to stifle your dreams. So, yes, by all means, but I'm still a fan of like traditional roles a little bit, of we all have roles to play. If these roles are not clear and cut, you get confusion. Um and there shouldn't be confusion. We should know what we expect of each other. But just the world is different today. We got men that are so much more feminine. You got men wearing fingernail polish. Not saying anything is wrong with that. Do you be you? But it's definitely taken away from the masculinity. Um, and I don't want to sit here and act like I ain't for everybody's rights. Like salutes. I want everybody to be who they are. Express yourself in the way you want to express yourself. But I could say, on a whole, it isn't the best for the culture. Like, men culture is not the best for us as a whole, because it's just changing things. It's women are becoming more dominant, becoming more alpha-ish, becoming more of the leader, where that's always been a role for a man. So for me as an alpha, I can't also have I can have a woman as an alpha, but she has to know her position in the alphaness. Her alpha can't be battling my alphaness. There still needs to be some type of leader. That's why everybody can't be a leader at once. Somebody has to lead the ship in everything that you do, whether it's sports, whether it's military. You need roles, you need positions, to know where you stand, what you can do and can't do. And it's just challenging sometimes running into women that are kind of like that, because I don't know, like it's just not like traditional to me. It's not a traditional role. It's just um it's a little too much. Like, I don't need you to compete with me. And that becomes a problem if I feel like I have to compete. Like, I don't need to compete. Like, nor am I like super dominant, like where I'm telling you what to do. But what I think should often be the final decision. Now, I'm always open to hear you out and for you to influence the decision, my decision, but the main decision should be left to a man, especially if it's a decision about the direction and where you're leading the family. Um, but dating is just so different today. It's just challenging. And then it's also, I'm spiritual. So it's finding a woman of God, a child of God, a daughter of God. That's also a challenge. I've met people that I have had great chemistry with, but they're not spiritual. So it's hard for me to connect with them on a spiritual level. I'm so spiritual, like it's such a part of my life. My brother dying, my spirituality plays a role in that. Everything that has happened to me in my life, I connect with my Christ. I connect that with Christ. I connect that with my spirituality. So if I don't have somebody that can understand that side of me, which is a big part of me, um, it's hard. It just makes things, adds another complexity to it, because they'll never, I feel like, truly understand you if they can't understand your inner man. They can't understand your truest self, which is your spiritual self, your spiritual side. If they can't understand that aspect of you, they can only get so deep with you. I can't have the deep conversations about the deep spiritual conversations with you because it's something that you don't believe in. And for my soul, I'm a deep individual. I need to be able to talk to my partner about spiritual things. Um, so that's another layer of complexity that's added to it. I've tried to lower what I expect from somebody. I've like little things. You got to have certain things that are deal breakers and certain things that are not. There's little things that, hey, you may not like that person does, but at the end of the day, you can live with it because it's not a deal breaker. It's not something that's affecting the relationship. Versus like values, morals. Those are important. Those need to be aligned, because those are like your set of beliefs. It's your like truest self, your values. What you value is like yourself. It's a hard way. It's hard to explain it, but it's almost like your truest self. Um, it's your belief system. But yeah, are y'all also struggling like with finding a partner or maintaining a relationship if you do have a partner? If you guys, have any type of feedback on, your challenges with dating or your challenges with your partner, please leave a comment. Let me know. Talk to me. I engage with everybody. I like having a conversation. It helps us grow together. So I always respond. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to navigate things. I'm trying to understand the dating world today since, I've been away from it for so long. I'm trying to understand it, trying to adapt a little bit, but then also trying to find somebody who's also that's cut from the same cloth that I'm cut from, that comes from the same era of dating that I come from. Um, yeah, so it's just a challenge, man. It's just a challenge. And I just wanted to, talk about this just in case, somebody else is like understanding of what I mean or experiencing the same thing, or maybe you have found your partner. Tell me what you did to find your partner. How'd you guys meet? I'm curious to hear people's stories and how God might have aligned you guys. Um, and then, with that, I sometimes get impatient. I'm like, everything else is pretty good in my life except my like dating life. So it's like, it's hard to be patient at times. It's like, why is this such a challenge? Why is this something that like doesn't just come easy for me? I see some people and they got a partner real quick. It's like, why can't it be that easy for me? Is it because I got standards? Do I need to lower my standards? I honestly think my standards aren't that high. Like, I mean, of course, you got to be decent looking. You got to be attractive to me. Um, I love a woman that's, that embraces fitness. She doesn't need to go to the gym every day, but I want her to care about her health. Um, and honestly, just somebody who's a good mother. Like, to me, that's like the bare minimum. Like, I don't want to have a little bit of, also a little bit level of intelligence to her. Like, these are like bare minimums. Like, I don't, I don't ask much, but it's definitely been difficult finding what I'm looking for. So I'm just trying to be patient and allow God to bring her to me, even though I feel like he be taking his sweet time. Why can't his time ever be our time? He never works on our clock. He never works on our time. So just trying to be patient. Some days are better than others because, I'm very much to myself. I spend a lot of time in my own mind and my own thoughts. I spend a lot of time studying. Um, but outside of that, I do miss companionship. I do love companionship. Being able to eat with somebody, watch the same shows as somebody, go to events together. Like, I do value that. I do like, miss that. I've had hints of it here and there, just dating, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just need to be patient and let God do his thing. Focus on myself, focus on making myself better, focus on growing spiritually with God. And I guess when you least expect it, he'll bring that person to you. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm gonna have more content on the way per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.